Hi there. So Kaphalabati Pranayama with the full retention of the breath at the end of it, and finalizing the practice with the Uddiyana Bandha. Okay, so it's like 3 stages of practice. Kaphalabati Pranayama is you focus on the exhalation. You sit straight, you can put a pillow under your butt to come to a better posture for your spine. And so the first stage, the Kaphalabati Pranayama itself, is you focus on the exhalation and you forcefully exhale through your nose and pulling your belly inside in a sharp, quick movement. Okay, it goes like this. So in this speed, you can do 40 times, maybe a little bit more, maybe a little bit less. It's not important the number exactly, but if you do it around 40, it's a good number. So this is the first practice. And then after that, on the last exhalation, you make it really big. And lean forward a little bit, because you're going to take a big breath. And this big breath is called the full yogic breath. And you inhale first to your belly, and then to your chest, the thoracic breath, and then clavicular breath in the end, just to pull your shoulders up a little bit to get some more air on the top of your lungs as well. And it is something like this. So this is the full yogic breath. This is after you do 40 rounds of Kaphalabati, you exhale on the last one, a bigger exhale, and then take a full breath, and then hold it as long as you can. So this is important because we do a kind of hyperventilation, and we increase the level of oxygen in our blood. But for this blood to transfer itself to the cells itself, the tissues and the muscle and the heart and the brain, wherever the oxygen needs to go, we need a carbon dioxide in our blood. So this is a famous principle came by Buteyko, but many other breath experts are also aware of this. So we hold the breath after hyperventilation, so we have a lot of oxygen in our blood, but then the oxygen level starts dropping and the carbon dioxide level starts increasing when we hold our breath, and this helps the oxygen to transfer into the cells. So that's why we hold the breath. And then to make it even further, we exhale in the end of this long breath, which is around 40-50 seconds to 1 minute ideally, but don't push yourself, just go gradually to this level. And then in the end, when you're going to exhale after this long breath, you exhale fully and do Uddiyana Bandha as good as you can in the sitting posture. And then the vacuum also helps you to move the energy, and you have some sublimation effect there as well. As an addition, on the holding of the breath, the full retention, you hold the Mula Bandha, and you do a Jalandhar Bandha, which is the locking of the neck as well. So you hold like this. You don't have to do it here, like this is just like to connect the energy, it's not so important. But the more important is you lock your neck by pulling your head a little bit forward, not too hard, not to give yourself pain, but kind of stabilize your neck in this position, so you make sure there is no breathing happening, and it also helps to move the energy to your head. And then you do the Uddiyana Bandha in the end, and you still keep the Mula Bandha in this position as well. And the final Uddiyana Bandha is supposed to be around 20 seconds. If you can, slowly move it up to 25-30 seconds. So here I'm going to demonstrate one time how I do all this technique. One full round, Kaphalabati, full yogic breath, holding the breath, and then an Uddiyana Bandha. Okay? So this has been one round. What did I do? I did hyperventilation with Kaphalabati 40 times. I took a full yogic breath. I hold it with Mula Bandha and Jalandhara Bandha as a support. And then I exhaled fully again and directly started an Uddiyana Bandha and still holding my Mula Bandha meanwhile. Okay. Couple of things I did. I inhaled through pushing my nostrils up a little bit because I have some trauma on my nose, and if I do it like this, I can inhale more. You don't have to do it. Maybe your nostrils are fine. So it's just a bonus thing that I'm doing. And also, there was some shaking, some energy movement in my body. So I was like, in the end of the Uddiyana Bandha, I was like jumping a little bit because this is a Kundalini yoga technique, and it kind of teases my Kundalini, which is sleeping in the root chakra. So it's sometimes hitting up like electric currents, and that was why. If it doesn't happen to you, it's totally fine. But this is also a sign that this is a very strong practice. If you do it, especially if you do it like this. So be very gentle with yourself. Make sure you're sitting in a stabilized position. Make sure around you there's nothing. If you fall down, you're not going to hurt yourself. Okay? You might lose your consciousness in this, especially in the beginning, especially if you push yourself. So take it very slowly, the retention times. And it's a very good idea actually to have a timer and put the timer in front of you and measure your retention times. If it's, for example, for the full retention, 40 seconds holding the breath, and then going into the Uddiyana Bandha, another 20 seconds or 15 seconds is totally fine. You can actually start the void retention, the empty retention, the second you started exhaling. So you don't have to wait until the exhalation stops, and then that's where you start your Uddiyana Bandha seconds. You can start exhaling and already your void retention started in that second, and 20 seconds is fine. So 40 seconds holding the breath, 20 seconds still holding the breath but with empty lungs. Full retention, 40 seconds, void retention, 20 seconds. That's a great start. Okay, do it like this a couple of weeks. Do it every day. Do it 3 rounds every day. By the way, minimum 3 rounds. You can go up to 4 or 5 rounds as well. And after 3 weeks or 1 month, you can try to increase your retention times. And in the end, ideally, it should be 1 minute of full retention and 30 seconds of Uddiyana Bandha void retention. I know it's not easy, so be very, very careful and be very gentle with yourself. All right, that's the Kaphalabati Pranayama, supported by full yogic breath and Uddiyana Bandha, which makes the kind of Kundalini yoga technique. Enjoy it.